going on, man? It's your boy A1 from Stars Gaming. I'm out here again with another video of the player ratings. I'm breaking down the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles, the teams I'm going to be talking about. They got the best teams in Madden this year, and it's going to be based off their quarterbacks. I'm not sure what the quarterback play is going to look like if you're playing with like a 90 overall, and the difference between like an 81, but the Cowboys and the Eagles are a definition of when you see rookie quarterbacks are playing where they need to be playing, and then you have to be able to build like a surrounding team. That's like the gap of like the Super Bowl. Like when you look at the Seattle Seahawks with Russell when they won the Super Bowl, they had a stacked overall team like all everywhere around because they were able to bring all the pieces together and eventually have to pay the quarterback. But right now you're looking at a team that's stacked, and the time is now for them to win. The time is definitely now for the win as they're stacked on the offensive end and the defensive end. They're pretty stacked. So let's go straight into the mix, man. With this team, I'm running a lot of inside zone. There's not really going to be much really dictating the coverages, but you can do a lot of RPO play just off of talent, knowing that you have Amari Cooper and then you have Ezekiel Elliott. So the guys are going to have to respect the run, but then I'm definitely going to be looking at the RPO more, not necessarily stretching the field because we don't necessarily have as much speed as you would with like Carolina Panthers or the Baltimore Ravens, but definitely more basic. Like you can be pretty basic. You don't have to get really finesse with this team because they're pretty talented up front. Zach Martin, 96 overall, coming in. Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith, up in the 90s, the top O lineman in the game. That right there is going to be the cornerstone to pretty much how you move the ball. Just talking about the O line. The other O lineman that you should be looking at is Collins. Where is he at? Lil Collins out of LSU. He's going to be solid run right tackle. Expect his overall to go up pretty quick. The other guard I don't really know much about, but I know he's like in the 73s, but we'll get to him. From the running back aspect, we're looking at Ezekiel Elliott. This dude's a monster. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Like he's going to go out there and he's going to ball. The next kind of guys you got to be tuning into is Amari Cooper, 89. You got a trio with him and Dak. I would utilize Amari Cooper, and I'm definitely utilizing Ezekiel Elliott. I'm honestly looking to keep Amari Cooper in the 3 slot position for like the RPO, just to keep your user on point, because you're gonna have to you can just force a user. If you have 2 good players right next to each other, you make your opponent choose between like Cooper or Ezekiel Elliott, right? He wants to help out on the run fit or make sure the RPO doesn't hit Amari Cooper. Make him think. Sometimes just do inside zone. Play games with him. You know what I mean? Make him uncomfortable. That's something I would do if I'm playing with Dallas Cowboys, and I'm being really, really, really vanilla with Cowboys because they're pretty talented. Jason Witten's came back out of retirement from TV. He's gonna be coming in, good run blocker. Expect some red zone weapons out of him. He's a red zone weapon, so you can get him the ball. Dak's coming in at 82 speed. He can kind of run the read, not really necessarily as fast as you want, but he can win football games, and that's what's important. Randall Cobb's coming in too. He's going to be a good add up to the switch. I'll probably keep him at the slot, the number 2, if I'm playing with him, and then I'll keep the Gallup or what's his name? I'm trying to think of his name. Hearns. We'll keep them on the outside. For pretty much, that's the offense that you're going to be looking at. Tavon Austin too. I'm not sure they're going to keep him at running back. If they do keep him at running back, then I'd definitely plug him in with 94 speed. You can get him in there to stretch some coverages out there too. Don't sleep on him. I know he's 5'8", but don't sleep on him. I know they added in the jet sweep. You can add him in there with the jet sweep, RPO, things of that nature. This could be a pretty solid spread team if you know how to utilize Tavon, Ezekiel Elliott, Cooper, and then the O-line. So if you want to get creative and finesse, you can, but you don't necessarily have to get cute with the Dallas Cowboys. They're a pretty solid team. Let's talk about the defense a little bit, though. The number 1 player in their defense right now is Byron Jones. You can plug him in at safety. You can plug him in at strong safety. Overall, solid corner. He's going to be your lockdown and put him on your number 1. He can take away a Julio Jones. So you can use this team definitely in regs, as he can take away the better receivers and run with them too as well. And I believe he has like some height, being like 6'1", 2. Marcus Lawrence, they definitely lowballed him. So he'll go up, probably like 95. I'm surprised he wasn't like in the 95s, but he's definitely going to be a baller on that edge. I recommend putting him in like a 4-2-5 scheme if I'm running with them on defense and being really vanilla, or a 3-3-5. base, not 3-5 odd, 3-5 base or 4-2-5. You can run 4-3 with this team if you need to as well. Interior wise, we're running 4-2-5. I'm putting DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm putting him at the inside. I'm putting him at the D tackle so he can get some pressure. Three guys right here. You're looking at Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith. I think I said Vander Esch wrong, but it's okay if I did. Sean Lee. We got some dudes up front. They'll be okay. I do worry a little bit about their back end with the safety position. Xavier Woods is going to definitely have to be one of like your playmakers you depend on. I would recommend using either free safety or the strong safety if you're playing with the Cowboys, just because of the fact like they're struggling back there. So you want to use those guys and make them a little bit better as the front end is a little it's fast, nastier. So you got Robert Quinn in there for D line, Tyrone Crawford. You also got Randy Gregory. I'm not sure his situation, but all those guys can play up front. All those guys can play up front. I'm putting Tyron Quinn or Robert Quinn. I'm thinking Robert, not Tyron Crawford. I'm keeping him at either outside. I think I'm keeping him at right end. And I'll move Robert Quinn. I'll move him to the D tackle. Or if I'm running like a base 3-3-5, those two guys are my defensive ends. And then I'm going to put Lawrence in the middle of the field. I'm just going to run three backers. But I would try to keep the nickels off the field if I'm playing with this team, just because of the fact they don't have much on the back end. But you got to work with what you got. You really do. That's pretty much their team. I mean, they have where's my guy? They got George Loka. He's from Bengals. He was with the Raiders for a little bit. He can come in there and play some special teams and maybe put him in at linebacker, being 6'4". Might be able to help out. But I wouldn't recommend putting him in. Jeff Heath. I don't know what to say about Jeff Heath, but I don't know. I'm not even gonna go there. But he needs to. I guess you could kind of play him somewhere. It just depends. I would just keep him in zone, underneath zone. I wouldn't recommend putting him up top. Try to put guys that are less overalls up top and more better guys in deep zones so they can't take that weight, like on third down purposes. But that's the Cowboys. They're pretty solid. They're a pretty solid team up front. They got weapons on offense end. They're dangerous on offense, so they expect to score a lot of points. But they are one of the top-rated teams. I think they're number 2. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Subscribe, follow us below. You guys see the Instagram. You see SoCal Esports. We're out here in Anaheim. You see the gamer tag, Instagram, Twitter, my personals and stuff. Follow us, man. Subscribe. We're trying to put out content, give out information. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Your boy A1 is out.